Alright everybody, so I had a request to make a video on this. Somebody was asking how my outlets for the SCVs worked. Well, let's just say they fixed the problem. So this is what I ended up doing. I got the barrel style outlets just like the 6400 has, but these are not the drain style. They don't have little drains on the bottom. Apparently they don't offer those anymore, so that's the way they are. And you can see those are my cheap dust protectors. When you have friends and neighbors that have youngins and they have mismatched socks or socks that don't fit anymore, I'll use them for dust covers. It sure beats having the insides get full of dust, and those junk plastic ones that clamp on that have the little door that close, those don't work worth a dang either. So the outlets fix the problem. So here's my sock. See if I can do this one-handed. Slide the sock over. There you go. Dust cover installed. Now we'll go look at the 6400 and you will see that I need to get a couple socks for that one. So I'll leave my light on. It's probably going to drain my phone battery down quick because my phone's just about dead. But Snapchat is hard on phone batteries, I have found, when you're Snapchatting with your buddies when you're at work. But here's a 6400. Look at how nasty those are. They're just caked with dirt and dust. So once I am done here, I'm going to clean these off really good and put some socks over those too. But you can basically see it's the same thing, but these are the ones that are supposedly discontinued now, that have what I call the case drain that runs back to the transmission. So basically it's the same setup. So the 64 is filthy, I know, but it has been living all spring on the drill planting. So, and a bunch of the fields that I planted this spring were worked ground. So yeah, and these are the plugs that I got for this thing, which these are a joke because they don't stay in there. You put them in and 10 minutes later they're laying down like that, and then you have insides that are full of dust and dirt and everything else. Now I use starting fluid to clean those out, but that doesn't get it perfect. So the plan is I'm going to put socks over these too to keep the dust out, because so far they've been working the 7400, so there's no reason they shouldn't work on this either. I mean, they stay put a heck of a lot better than those stupid things do. And worst come to worst, slide the sock over, put a rubber band on, that'll hold it on there tight. So that is what I did. That did fix the problem on the 7400. So it was nothing in the valves themselves. It's just in the outlets. I suppose them seals were bad, and it just let the weight of the implement, it would let oil seep back through and wouldn't hold the implement up. So that worked perfect. Yep, 30 more acres to go, and then hopefully I can unhook this for a couple days, a couple weeks, and then oh, how do I shut my light back off now? I'm trying to shut my light off to save the battery, but oh well. Yeah, the drill will hopefully come back off once I'm done with that 30 acres. And then it'll stay off until these oats down here, I'm going to cut them for oat hay, I think. And then I'm going to plant something behind those. That rye we're going to save to combine. And then this front half of the field that the cows are in, we're going to do some work to that field, because if you guys remember, like 3-4 years ago, I worked up the hillside and everything, and ever since then there's been ruts in there that I didn't get worked out very good. So I'm actually going to spray that field once the cows are done grazing it. Spray it to kill the sod, and then I'm going to take the old field cultivator out there and work it up good. And then I'm going to pull a mulcher across a few times to get it nice and smooth. Then we're going to plant something in there too. So we will make a video of that when the time actually comes. But I'm hoping next week to get the rest of my manure hauled out while the cows are still grazing out here, because I can just haul manure right when they're out there. And, you know, that saves me having to go in and out here with the skid steer. So we'll get the rest of the manure hauled out next week, and then we'll start planting corn. So, but anyways, my pile of scrap metal from the roof. There's some more scrap metal there from the roof when it caved in. We'll save that. There's a little Ford. Haven't been playing with him very much. I need to figure out if he's got a blown head gasket or if it's just a bad injector, but Ford says you can't get parts for it anymore. But yeah, that fixed the problem. So far everything's good. I'll probably have to extend some hoses on a few things, but otherwise it seems to work good. And so yeah, for those that were asking about if that fixed the issue with the 7400, yes it did. You can see that where the SCVs were, I just lowered that outlet or that light socket or trailer plug down. I'm trying to find a plug-in that goes into there, which it seems to be very difficult to find that type of plug that I can put a 4-way flat on, because a lot of implements and stuff that I have here, I've put the 4-way flat style trailer plug on. So I'm trying to find an adapter to go from that round style to the 4-way flat. If anybody knows where to get one of them, I'd be much obliged. But anyhow, that fixed the problem. So for all of you that were wondering, yep, that did the trick. Now all I need to do is get 2 new batteries for this thing and should be good to go. The batteries kept going dead, and last week I pulled it in the shop. I did the light test to check for a parasitic drain. There is no parasitic drain, so the batteries are just junk. I unhooked the batteries, charged them both up, put the voltmeter on there, and you could watch the numbers drop. So batteries are junk. And you know, while I had the charger on, like I say, I did a parasitic test, drain test with a test light, and there is no parasitic drain. So as of right now, there's nothing inside the cab or on the tractor itself that's draining the batteries. So I do want to put a battery disconnect on here though. If you'll notice here, the top one, this is positive from the battery, and there's your negative battery cable right there. I'm probably going to put a battery disconnect on the negative post so a guy can just disconnect the batteries, because a lot of people have told me that these tractors with the digital dash are known for having fires. So I'm probably going to put a battery disconnect on here, and I'm thinking about doing the same thing on the 6400, even though there's not the computer in that tractor. But actually I had a neighbor 2 years ago, their radio started on fire in their tractor cab and burnt it up. So you never know when you have electrical issues. You never know what could burn up a tractor. So battery disconnect is $35 at Fleet Farm. Pretty cheap insurance policy that when you unhook it at night and you go in the house, go to bed, you're not gonna wake up in the middle of the night to a tractor burning up. So anyways, that's the story with that. It's all fixed up. I did mulch my newly acquired rental ground across the river with it since I fixed it, and it worked perfect. So that was the issue. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you on the next one.